are you guys doing today? So I decided to just go ahead and do a tassel tutorial myself. So what you're going to be watching is just a quick little tassel tutorial. So I want to just go ahead and just start out by saying, yes, I am using a tassel tool. No, I'm not using it correctly. If you don't have one of these, it's totally fine. You can use a piece of cardboard in the length that you want your tassel to be in. And so I will touch on that in just a second. To create a tassel, you want to have a way to attach it to your project securely. So wherever you are attaching your tassel, I would suggest that you get a separate piece of yarn and just tie it to your project first to get that done out of the way. You want to make sure that your string is long enough to actually be able to tie over your bundle. So we're going to go ahead and just leave that there. So then when you're making your tassel on the length that you want to make your tassel, this one, just for the sake of the tutorial, is not going by any direction on any patterns. This is just solely for a tutorial. So I'm not measuring how long this is. So just go with whatever your pattern is saying for the length. When you are wrapping your tassel, the wraps depend on the pattern. Some are thinner, some are thicker. Go with that first. When you make the tassel, when you do your wraps, make sure that you're not wrapping them too tight. You still want to be able to move them, and that you are wrapping them in a nice, consistent, flat length, so that when you snip them, it will be a lot easier. And I'm going to scoot this over just a tad. So you don't want to cross it over or anything like that. Just keep it as consistent as possible. And when you get to the length, the thickness that you want for however many wraps is needed, then what you're going to do is you are going to snip the bottom there. And normally it's easier to just go ahead and hold that in place. As you've seen there, they will jump around. And you want to make sure that your strands are as even as possible. Okay, so then you take your yarn bundle, and as even as possible, you're going to, in the center of your bundle, whatever measurement that is, that's where you're going to tie it onto your project. Okay. So the tassel I'm making here is just going to be really thin. Yours could be really thick as well. So you want to make sure that that you are as even as possible on the bottom, and your bundle looks really nice. Okay. So just fold it over, fold it in half, and then you're going to take another piece of your yarn, and you're going to make the head of your tassel. Okay. So you just take your extra string, and you want to do it about an inch or a half an inch, depending on the size of your tassel, and just secure that bundle together. Like so. Make sure it's nice and tight, nice and secure, so nothing is coming out. And then if you want to hide those extra strands, you can just use a crochet hook. Just pop it in there. Bring those tie ends through your tassel to hide them in. like so, and just to make sure that everything is even as possible. And then you can trim what you need. Trim either length, if you feel it's too long, or just to even it up to whatever you like. Sometimes I like my tassels to be a little wild, and so I won't trim them perfectly. I'll just kind of go in and just do what I feel at the moment. And sometimes I'm very perfectionist. I want to make sure everything is perfect. So that is a quick tutorial on how to make a tassel. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.